It's 2025 and we're musicians. Wow, we're Not only did we choose one of the toughest professions to learn, we decided to go pro at it in a world where we could have literally made videos about a morning bathroom routine and probably gone viral faster than making music. But why does it feel so much harder being a pro musician right now in 2025 than even a decade ago? Is this just subjective perception, or am I looking at the music industry of the past with rose-tinted glasses? I personally feel we are living in a very weird crossroads in history, and us as musicians are really facing a set of unique and daunting challenges. These are some of the challenges I think we face. Number 1, not enough money to go around. The fun part of being a musician here in 2025 is that there just isn't enough money in the system, but there are more musicians than ever before. According to a Mixmag article I read recently, there were more songs released on a single day in 2024 than the whole year of 1989. Now add to that fact that Spotify pays roughly around $0.003 per stream as compared to the 500 rupees per CD or $12 USD per CD back in the day. There's literally no way to make money right now because the physical tangible product has now been reduced to an invisible stream. So now not only is the supply of music outpacing the demand by almost 365 times as compared to 1989, there's also a way less cost per unit earned by the musician in 2025 as compared to 1989. This is like getting stabbed in the stomach while someone is choking your neck, man. 2. Post-COVID touring stress. On top of that, we lived through a pandemic which cost us almost 2 years of our lives. We have had insane inflation which has skyrocketed fuel prices. The flights are more expensive, hotels have become more expensive, businesses are struggling, and the margins that musicians make of touring have drastically decreased. Cost of touring for a musician who's running that touring business as a business is slim to none at this moment because of the sky-high prices we are still facing worldwide. So musicians are screwed on 2 fronts right now. 1, they have no product to sell, and 2, concert revenues are drying up massively. One interesting thing that this has led to is that concerts are now these 2 extreme type of experiences. One is these massive big ticket concerts which are pulling in 60,000-80,000 people with massive pop stars who are getting paid a lot. But the places which actually create culture, which are these 150 to 500 capacity venues, they are running out of business. Artists are not pulling enough people there. So the gigging model has become a much harder challenge post-COVID. Number 3. All conventional ways of promoting your music are dead. This one is the big disruptor, and we have seen it play out in all aspects of our lives. Earlier, the way to promote a record was to make some songs, get on the radio, get it on the press, get it on the television, and depending on the money the label invested in you, it would convert into sales. And the sales were a substantial chunk of change because the label was collecting a 500 rupee turnover per each CD sold. The risk to reward was kind of clear. You backed 100 artists, 98 would fail, 2 would succeed, and they would cover up the rest. The maths was a little more clear on the label front as well back in the day. Now no one cares about the radio, no one watches cable news, no one reads print, and the last time MTV or one of these channels played some music on them, you probably hadn't hit puberty yet. And to top this all off, the subscribers on your YouTube and Instagram don't matter either because the algorithm on these platforms is changed once every few months. We are literally living inside a giant slot machine, and each of us are trying our luck to get the lucky 7. Number 4. The internet has increased competition, so the cost of breaking through is much higher. Democracy is great, but economics sucks. The internet truly democratized making music. The deep knowledge it requires to learn the steep art of music was taken away from high-end studios, expensive schools, and just spending endless amounts of time traveling on the road touring to the internet. Anyone could make music, so a lot of people did. Getting a professional sounding recording, which was one of the toughest things to do 8 to 10 years ago, is now so easy that Daniel Ek from Spotify recently said, "Why are musicians complaining when the cost of making music is almost next to zero?" This was an impossible statement to have made even a few years ago. And personally, as someone who's benefited a lot from the internet, I'm all about democratization of music and the tools you need to express yourself. What this democratization has done is just shown us the ugly face of capitalism. The more the supply, the lesser the demand. The higher the supply, the lower cost per product, which happens to be music. And what this much supply of music has done is that it has skyrocketed promotion costs required to make someone appear in front of you. Labels are spending more than ever to get inside that 6-inch screen of yours. And the funny thing is that now with almost anyone being able to make music, almost none of us have the money to promote it anymore. You need deep wallets to be able to promote a song in 2025. The entire music promotion cycle has just become this endless money pit where artists are spending endless amounts of money in the hopes of getting heard, but I don't know how many of us are succeeding at it. If you've stayed till here, you may have realized just some of the set of challenges that us as musicians face in 2025. But what I've covered here, in my opinion, is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more that I want to go into, and I will in future videos. If you're a musician, please don't think I'm trying to be negative. I'm in the same boat as you. We're swimming in this together, and I'm trying to make sense of the strange, crazy landscape we found ourselves in. I really do hope that you succeed, and I do think that humanity as a whole has the capacity to separate oil from water. And the internet hopefully develops a way where each of us are able to be heard by the person who needs to hear our individual voice the most and helps us connect with them. If you're a musician, I hope your voice gets heard, and let's look out for each other, because if we keep undercutting ourselves, we're all gonna go down like rats in a sinking ship. I wish you the best of luck for your future, man. I recently covered one of my favorite songs ever, which is The Hand That Feeds by 9 Inch Nails. The cover of it is right over here. Please have a listen. Let me know what you think. I'd love to connect with you.